Good morning, my wonderful members. So I pulled your card. I look forward to having you guys being on here with you at 12 o'clock today. Your video is loading, so hopefully it will be loaded. I was loading it out yesterday, and then my computer did an automatic upload and shut down the computer. That shut off the stream. And then last night at midnight, it did it again. So I got up this morning, it wasn't loaded. I went, oh no. So it is loading, but let's go to today's card. It is turquoise. So interesting. We've had this card once before. So today's card for November 8th, 2019 is turquoise, spiritual path. Now, this has been a huge thing, especially for Pisces. And not to go into like zodiac signs or any of that, but Pisces has had one of the biggest spiritual awakenings happening across the board. So if you're not Pisces, I don't know, maybe be a little grateful. I don't know. If you're not a Pisces, it's still a time of picking your spiritual path and who you are and which direction you want to go. Your true beliefs are becoming clear to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. Big life changes are going on right now, especially with the Mercury in retrograde. It's bringing forth what the final cuts are that need to be made in your life. And I've noticed this. It's like if something has been, I'm looking for your card here really quick. If something has been hindering you from moving forward or standing in your way from moving forward, those things could be coming to the surface right now, which brings you into a total life change where you were looking at one spiritual path, one way of life, one way of being into a higher energy vibration for yourself. And so it could be taking a lot of your focus up on what it is you're releasing from to move into that next, through that next door, through that gateway of a spiritual path that fits for your soul energy. And this is what I have found myself. It's like, okay, well, that don't work. So, you might be like having to go to a point of rebuking something in order to release it out, and this is something that kind of came to me. It was like, wow, I got to rebuke that just to move forward into what we're doing. And I heard, it's okay. It's okay. Just do what you got to do and release it out, let it go, and send it into life. And that's a practice that is all about transmuting energy. And so you're transmuting from one energy vibration, whatever it is that your awakening is bringing forth, whether it be separating from an old mate to releasing from old friendships and old pathways, old lifestyles. So let's go ahead and read your card. This card comes to you because you've been praying and meditating about your spiritual path. You may be feeling conflicts with your true beliefs. So conflicts with your true beliefs. When I went into meditation this morning and I was praying, I was like, God, help me out here with whatever my situations were. I heard, believe in yourself. You got everything it takes. Believe in yourself. Believe that your stuff works. And I sat back and I was like, so I'm challenged on my belief system. And I was like, well, of course I'm being challenged on my belief system. Why wouldn't I be? I'm in Mercury retrograde. It makes sense for this to come to the surface, and so this card was perfect. But I pulled for the membership. So it tells me, we're on our life path with people that we're on our life path with for a reason. Because possibly it's the fact they're moving at the same pace we are. Maybe they're going through some of the same challenges that we are. Maybe their challenge is different, but what you are learning in your challenge helps another person's challenge. It's very, very interesting how the universe works these days. Okay. Okay, so you maybe, okay, I read that part. Perhaps you have been studying or attending different religious and spiritual groups, trying to see where you fit in and find other people aligned with your values. Your religious upbringing and family cultures are factors here. So, say you were in one culture and your beliefs grew really, really strong in that culture. And then you went to move to another culture and it was just so different from what your sole purpose was that you had to up yourself and come into a different cultural energy that matched your soul vibration better. This happens all the time. It happens all the time. Okay. While you would like to make your spiritual path decisions independently, you find yourself being influenced by your past. So that past is core root. Some of us feel it right here in our throat, others right in our stomach, our Kundalini energy, our root system, everything that we are is going through this mass shift on the release out of the rooting system. Getting those old energies that just stagnate and don't allow you the freedom within one's being. Those things are shifting out right now. The planetary system right now is amazingly shifting people's lives out where they need to be right now. So this is positive. It's good. It's painful, but it's positive and it's good. And if you look at it and think about it, all he does is good. All things through God is good. Even our hardest lessons. But our faith and our belief system can be challenged. And so if our faith and our belief system is challenged, then we're probably on the right path. Because why would we be challenged if we were on a path where everybody else thought we should be? Probably wouldn't. Our soul knows the right path. Our energy knows the right path. It's just a matter of getting there and staying in that vibration and learning how to master yourself. Mastering yourself is mastering pretty much everything, as far as I'm concerned, because once you master yourself, you know how to run your own energy. And those things you don't want in your energy field, they don't come in there anymore. They release out and they become the old, died out energy that doesn't serve you, and that cuts away so that you can come into your inner being. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful transformation. For some people, it sucks, but it is a beautiful transformation depending on how it is that you embrace it. And I honestly feel like a lot of us are in that spot right now. And we're stepping into our leadership. We're stepping into our leadership ability and bringing that energy into a positive and keeping it out of the negative. And it can be trying at this time. I mean, look at where we're at. The veils are still thin from Halloween. Still releasing out old energy. People are coming up on time dates of when things happened. And so those time date wheels are closing out. A lot of shifting. Okay, so yourself being influenced by the past. You also want to make the right choices that is best for your soul. And you do recognize that some traditional beliefs have hermit. Even when people have the same religious faith, they have different interpretations of this faith. You'd be sitting in a whole church. Every single person is receiving what that minister is saying differently. Possibly similar, but differently. Why? Because we see things differently in our mind's eye. We see things differently on a spiritual soul level. Well, even when we're around each other. You know, one could be like, yes, make the world grow with beautiful flowers and daisies. And the other person could be going, okay, well, I need to water that. Do you see what I mean? You got the one creating it all, and then you got the tenders. You got the caretakers. You know, it's crazy how the universe works. Okay. Even people, okay. It's unlikely that any two individuals agree on every aspect of religious and spirituality because it's a deeply personal experience. Your life lessons continue to shape your beliefs. So keep praying and following, where did I go? Following your guidance, finding people who have similar or complementary beliefs, even if you're not identical. Okay. So similar is a balance. Similar is a balance. Can lead to deep friendship and help you navigate your own spiritual path. This card can also be about relationships that is experiencing conflicts because partners have different religious or spiritual convictions. This is a challenging situation for both people, and it needs to be handled with prayer and often with counseling. Now, I think I leave that up to the person on how they feel about that last paragraph. Okay, because I believe the soul gets counseled and then the body heals. You know, that's the way I kind of, the soul gets counseled and the body gets healed, because everything comes from soul level to the heart, to the earth, you know, through our inspiration, our imagination, the ability to create and all good things. All right, about turquoise. This beautiful greenish blue stone associated with sacred Native American jewelry is one of the oldest recorded mined gemstones. Archaeologists have found turquoise jewelry and been harvesting it, mining it in Egypt, dated back to 500 or 5,500 before Christ. So BC, before Christ. Turquoise stone brings heaven and earth and brings sweetness and pure love into spiritual and religious practices. You know, I like to make turquoise and what's it called? Pearl bracelets and things like that because it brings in the balance, the awareness, the stability. So depending on what you put in your mixture now, if you want it to give you courage, of course, add a garnet. All right, you guys, I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Hopefully the video will load on time, and I will see you at 12 o'clock. Bye.